SparkingZero, yes, SparkingZero, the game we all know and love, probably the most talked about game of 2024 and the most hyped game of 2024 and going into 2025. SparkingZero is approaching its 1 year anniversary and we gotta talk about this game. I wanted to make a quick video on this and talk about the state of this game because we just got a trailer that says that the game is continuing to add more characters to the game. Currently there's 208 characters in the game and they plan to go 209, 210 and so on and so on and so on. And while that does sound exciting, we have to talk about the state of the game first, because characters is only part of the game. Everything else that is in the game matters and we need to talk about it. So before we hop into this video, if you're new to the channel, please consider hitting a like, subscribe. It is your boy QDZ. We rebranded. We used to be QDog, we're called QDZ now, bro. We had to rebrand so it'd be easier to find us. So we're here, and if you enjoy these videos, please be sure to like, subscribe for more SparkingZero videos or any other Dragon Ball content on this channel. But enough with that, let's get into the discussion. So in order for us to talk about the state of SparkingZero, we have to start from the top. So SparkingZero, right? We're coming down on a year old almost. I think, was it October 12? Sometime in October, which is this month. As the day I'm recording this, it's October 2nd. SparkingZero is about to turn 1 year old. So this game has been out for almost a year. So we start with the beginning life cycle of this game, right? We start with a Budokai Tenkaichi series, or a Budokai Tenkaichi predecessor that's, you know, just like new gen graphics, new gen fighting mechanics, new gen style of everything, and it gets the community hype, bro. That's just how these things work, right? Every new game that comes out, especially if you know Dragon Ball fans, every new game that comes out, think about Genshin Squadron. It doesn't matter if it's Dragon Ball, it's Dragon Ball, and people are going to support it no matter what. Now Genshin Squadron is genuinely a fun game, but there's still people out there that hate on it just because it's not your general fighting Dragon Ball game, you know what I mean? But it's Dragon Ball. The real fans are going to support it. The real people that like it are going to support it. But SparkingZero got announced and everybody offer it. Best anime game of all time. Best anime game of the year. People were saying before the game even came out, it was game of the year. Now, am I one of those people? Yes, I am one of those people. I ain't gonna lie. I was one of those people who used to think that Genshin Squadron, bruh, SparkingZero was gonna be game of the year. Now, am I mad that I'm wrong? No, because obviously there was a lot of other games out there that could have deserved it. That I'm not sure, was it? I think it was Baldur's Gate 3 that won game of the year. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. You can correct me on that in the comments if you know, but another game other than SparkingZero won game of the year, but I know SparkingZero was nominated for some rewards for the show. So SparkingZero seemed like it was doing well at the beginning of its life cycle, and I enjoyed it too. SparkingZero was one of the reasons why I started making content on this channel, because I wanted to play SparkingZero. I thought SparkingZero was going to be the Dragon Ball game that lasted us the next 5-6 years like Xenoverse does. But we're almost 1 year into this, so we have so many controversies with this game. So again, we start with the beginning of the life cycle. The game comes out, honeymoon phase, right? You got the honeymoon phase, and then you have the after phase of the honeymoon, and then you have the realization phase, right? So we're starting right now in the honeymoon phase, right? Honeymoon phase, game comes out, everybody's happy, everybody's playing. October 12th, 13th, whenever the game dropped, everybody's on the game at the same time. Games got like 30,000 people on it on Steam, something like that. Game's hot, right? Content creators are going crazy. Game's good. And when you look at all the trailers that they drop, all the characters that they drop, you think this game, there's no flaws in this game. They had the customization battles with the where you can make your own story and you can customize how the story goes, which I did do that, and it did spend about 4 hours of my time just to make one story, which was Jiren versus all the Z fighters. If you guys want me to paste that fight down below, just let me know in the comments. I'll paste it for you. But that fight was really hard. It took me forever to make, but besides the point, they had those custom battles. They had the episode battles where you could pick which character you wanted to go, and you wanted to go through their story. It was like Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Gohan, Goku Black, Frieza, and you got to pick whoever you wanted and go through their story, right? So not your traditional fight Raditz and then fight Kid Buu at the end and then go into Dragon Ball Super story mode. It was everybody's story, individual fights, and what they did in the story, which I thought was a good little twist to the story, because I mean, it's different. It's still the Budokai series, but if they want to bring it back to the new gen, then that's fine. They could do that if they want to. Who cares, right? So again, honeymoon phase, right? In the honeymoon phase, the game could do no wrong to almost everybody, right? So honeymoon phase was probably about the game's release to about the end of December of 2024. I would say that's around the honeymoon phase, right? After the end of December of 2024, we get into January, which I'm sure it was, I can't pinpoint when the first DLC release, not exactly. It was Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo. I don't have any of this pulled up. I'm just recording. I'm doing this off the top of my head. But our first DLC for the game was the Superhero DLC with the Gammas and Beast Gohan and Cell Max and all that other stuff. So at this point, that's out of the honeymoon phase. Now, at that time, people were already starting to realize this game is a little repetitive. Now, it's a fighting game, right? And the thing is, one thing I didn't talk about in the honeymoon phase was the online, which I'm going to get to that in a second, because the DLC just kind of added to that. But characters in this game being quote-unquote unbalanced is a thing. And when you think about a Budokai Tenkaichi game, it's like, okay, yeah, it's a Budokai Tenkaichi game. Every character is going to have different stats. But in this new gen of people, this new generation, that is something that you can't really have. Like, yeah, you can have characters with different stats. That's how it is in every single game. But if you hop online and characters are being used 3 times more than the other cool characters, it takes away the fun of the game, right? I'm sure you guys remember where you were hopping online, you were fighting UI Goku, Super Vegeta, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Jiren, the same 4 characters, Broly, 5, same 5 characters over and over and over and over and over again. And it's like, it defeats the purpose of having all these other characters in the game if all those characters are the only ones that are going to be used. That in and of itself took out a lot of the player base right before the honeymoon phase was about to end. That by itself. And then most of those people that left probably came back right when Beast Gohan dropped, and that was the first DLC we had, which was the Gammas and then Beast Gohan. So having that just added on to it when you have someone like Beast Gohan plus UI Goku plus Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta plus Broly plus Vegeta and all those guys in one section of ranked. Now, me personally, I was not enticed to play ranked, right? I had no reason to play ranked, because you had no benefit to playing ranked. You played for what? No titles. You just played for a rank. That's it, right? And that's kind of how some games are, right? You just play for a rank. But it's like for SparkingZero, it's like, man, dude, I'm fighting, bro. Like, if I have to fight all these guys, in every single rank, I want it to matter, bro. If I'm going against the same characters, the strongest characters in the game, every single time, I want it to matter, bro. I want it to matter. And it's like, me personally, I'm a hit player, bro. I have never did a video on hit in SparkingZero, but when I did play online, all I played was hit, unless I had to play somebody else. And it's hard, bro. It's hard. It's hard. And it took away a lot of the joy from the game for me, because it's like, bro, like, I'm trying to play the game with different characters, or just not just Saiyans, and it's like that's all you run into is the Saiyan people, which that's why I guess DP battle was a thing, so you could go and you could use some different characters and stuff. But besides the point, ranked is very sweaty. That was right before the honeymoon phase ends, so we can skip that, all that stuff. Y'all know how that stuff went, so we can go past the honeymoon phase, go past the first DLC, and we get to the after honeymoon phase, which is closer to the realization phase. So closer to the realization phase, obviously, when I said people started to realize there were a lot of problems with the game when it came to either the matchmaking, the lag, the network, the characters, the rank system, all that stuff. People started saying the game got repetitive. People didn't want to watch it. People didn't want to play it. It got to a point on Twitter where it was getting bashed a lot. People were, begging for updates, begging for more content. And at the end of the day, it's a fighting game. So majority of the time, you're just gonna be fighting. But, even someone like me, like, the game was so unenticing to play for some of my friends that, I barely played with any of my friends. Any of my low-key diehard Dragon Ball fans, Dragon Ball friends that were diehard Dragon Ball fans, I never got to play with them as much as I wanted to, and I thought I was gonna enjoy with them, but they didn't enjoy the game as much as I did at the time, and it caused them to quit the game before I got the chance to actually, get my money's worth out of the game. Keep in mind, I paid over $100 for this game, bro. I paid over $100 for SparkingZero, so I paid a lot of money for this game. I wanted to enjoy it, but I feel like for the sake of me enjoying it, I only got about 2 to 3 months out of this game. In all fair, maybe I say like 4 to 5 months, maybe 3, 4, 5 months out of this game of having fun, and then after that, it started feeling like more of a chore to play the game. And I feel like that's how everybody was starting to feel like after they got out of the honeymoon phase, because they started realizing how the game functions now, how the game plays, how people enjoy the game. Some people don't enjoy the game, and it comes down to preference at the end of the day. If you like fighting games, you like fighting games. If you don't like fighting games, you don't like fighting games. I love fighting games, but I could play Fighters and Xenoverse for hours, bro. I could play those games for hours, bro. I, for the love of God, cannot sit down and play SparkingZero for more than an hour, bro. Maybe even like 45 minutes, bro. Like, only if I'm recording a video will I play SparkingZero for more than I want to, bro. I would never willingly sit down and play SparkingZero for more than an hour by myself, because I don't find it fun in that way. Like, I play one match and I'm done, and it's like I do, in a personal sense, I do want to get good at the game, but it's like, what am I getting good at this game for? Like, I feel like that's what revolves around everybody's head, is what am I getting good at this game for, right? I'm playing ranked, I'm beating all these people that are using the same characters, and I'm getting nothing out of it except for a rank, I'm not getting titles, I'm not getting Zenny, I'm not getting super special access to, I know, another freaking story or something crazy, like, they have to make something enticing to play this game. Now, They just dropped the trailer that says they're dropping new characters for this game. And while that is exciting, that isn't until January of 2026. We've gone through the entire year of 2025. We just got the recent Daima DLC, which is the after realization of the honeymoon phase. The honeymoon phase, after honeymoon phase, realization phase. We're at this point, we're currently in the realization phase. We're past the mid, after honeymoon, before realization. We're in full realization phase right now. This is when we just get the Daima DLC and people are either super criticizing the game or trying to come back to the game but don't know if they should. Now, I played the Daima DLC. I think it's really good, but at the end of the day, it's just a couple new characters and a map. That's it, right? You play the characters. If you're a YouTuber, you make your videos on the characters, and that's it. You're done, right? You make your videos on the characters, and you don't go back and you don't touch the game again until something else comes out. Which is why I'm saying, what entices you to play besides the characters, bro? If me playing the characters in ranked got me something, then I would do it more often. But that it just, and maybe it could just be me, bro, the way that I'm saying it, but I know there's someone out there that feels the same way as me, that this game is not enticing to play. Even like the offline, just the offline, like the custom battles, in my opinion, is a flop. The episode battles, in my opinion, is not that bad, but I would say that it just, they do feel kind of long because it's like 8 different stories and you have to do them all to, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's, man, I'm not trying to sit there and like, okay, Goku story, which is probably the longest one out of all of them. Okay, the Vegeta story. Okay, then Gohan story. Okay, then Piccolo story. Then Frieza. Then Goku Black. Then Trunks. It's like, dude, like, come on, bro. Like, like I'm not trying to sit here and do all that, man. It's just like, at the end of the day, man, it's like I just want to, you know, find something that's like fun, like fight to have fun. I get the little alternate routes, bro, but if you're going to make that, I feel like you should just make that separate and not put it in the episode battle and then give me challenges in order to get to that. Like I've done majority of the Goku Black episode battle, and I know that I probably haven't gone through every what if part of it because I don't know how to do it. So it's just like, it becomes like just a big riddle and a big just nuisance, and it's like no one wants to do it, bro. So that's just, I went off topic a little bit, but that's my take on the freaking episode battle. But here we are, we're at the realization phase. Daima Pack DLC 2 comes out. Everybody gets their characters, they play them, they're just like, okay, that's cool, post the videos on them. I posted a lot of videos on them because I thought they were really cool. But as of right now, where I'm standing, after I'm looking at this next trailer that goes into January of 2026, I'm thinking, what are they going to do for the next 3 months that's going to keep their player base? Because here's the thing, all the hype characters are in the game. So if you're planning on adding more characters, you're planning on adding less relevant characters. You're planning on adding Pycon. And to be fair, I'm a big Super 17 fan. He's not in the game. If they don't add Super 17 in this game, I'm going to be very mad. But you're starting to get characters like Pycon, Super 17, Demon King Piccolo, most of those Dragon Ball characters. Those are the only characters pretty much that you could really add to this game. They're not doing anything like Dragon Ball Heroes or Dragon Ball, any of the other stuff. It's literally just going to be OG Dragon Ball and any of the little characters that they miss. So I'm trying to figure out, besides the characters, what are they doing to fix the state of this game? Right now, I would say the state of this game is kind of like, if I give it a rating out of 10, I would give it like a 5.5 right now, maybe a 6 if I'm being generous. But that's only because I'm a diehard Dragon Ball fan and I want the best for this game. But in order for them to do that, they have to make this game enticing to play, and I want that so badly to happen, because with this next DLC in January of 2026, if they add 1 character, 2 characters, 3 characters, the characters cannot be what brings the player base back. And I'm telling you right now, it won't be, because you're not introducing Beast Gohan for the first time. You're not introducing MUI Goku for the first time. You're not introducing freaking Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta or Beast Gohan. It doesn't matter. You're not introducing those guys for the first time anymore. You're introducing Pikkon. You're introducing Demon King Piccolo. You're introducing Super 17. Characters that probably should have already been in the game, but for some reason they're not. So if you're adding more characters, you have to start thinking about other game modes and other ways to get people to come back to the game. Because I'm telling you right now, Pikkon is not finna bring your player base back. I'm telling you that right now. Pikkon and Demon King Piccolo, Super 17 are not gonna bring your player base back, bro. Some of them will come back, including me. I will come back for Super 17, but majority of the people that you are trying to maintain will not come back for Pikkon and Demon King Piccolo. So that's why I'm worried about the state of this game, because in January 2026, if they drop that first DLC and it's a flop, the game is done, bro. I'm telling you, it's done, because you have to start off with a banger. You have to start off with a banger. So I'm really hopeful for this game. I really am. I don't want to ramble on too long, bro. I feel like I've said a lot about the game, but like, it's just, in my opinion, it sucks, because this is one of the, I really put all my eggs in a basket for this game to hopefully drag it out. And I enjoy the game. I don't like bashing the game, but also you gotta keep it real sometimes, bro. You have to, bro, because if you don't keep it real, then these devs are not gonna know what people think. And even then, I'm not sure if the SparkingZero devs even listen to their community or not. But regardless if they do or they don't, I mean, the game's the game. It's either gonna live or die, bro. And I just don't want this game to be in another fighter situation where they stop updating it and they just like, okay, here, you have the whole entire roster, you have all this, just have fun. Like, I don't want that, bro. So I mean, state of Dragonball Zero, man, I'm giving it right now a 5.5, and I hope that the DLC in January 2026 comes strong. I plan to make a video on the characters that I think will come to the next DLC, so be on the lookout for that video. I'll probably drop that video sometime this week, so be on the lookout for that video. I'm excited to make that, because I get to make the list of the characters. But let me know down below what you guys think about the state of Dragonball SparkingZero. I probably could have said a whole lot more organized, bro, but honestly, I'm gonna say this isn't a rant video, but it's a little bit of a rant video. I'm just going on, so I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. State of Dragonball SparkingZero, I want it to get better. I'm gonna give it a 5.5 right now, and we're just gonna see where that goes from there. But if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to like, subscribe. Let me know down below your comments, what you guys think of Dragonball SparkingZero. Is it dead? Is it alive? Will it be saved in January with the new DLC? What's your thoughts on that? All that good stuff. I will make a video on who I think is coming to the next DLC, so be on the lookout for that. But other than that, I will catch you guys in the next video. Hopefully this wasn't too much of a rant, but it might be a rant. But anyways, I'll catch you guys on the next video.